When you move to another practice area, you automatically take a pay cut as a first year associate. So first year associates moving practice areas don't always take pay cuts. What'll happen, I think right now, I haven't been reading about a ton of layoffs, but they will come. When they start coming, what firms will often do is they will lay people off in one practice area, but then be at the same time hiring people in another. So if you're a first year associate and you're hired to do corporate and your firm runs out of corporate work, some people will be able to transition to litigation as first year associates because you can certainly still do the work. Others won't, but that's one thing. But if you do move firms and you have to move to a smaller firm, then many times you will have to take a pay cut. For young attorneys, one of the things that I think it's very important to understand is the most important aspect of your first 3 to 5 year practice is having access to, it's actually your whole career, but the most important aspect of is having access to work. Because when you get out of law school, you're not trained as an attorney. Like there's nothing you know about the practice of law. Preferably in your practice area, at the best firm you can be trained at. It doesn't matter if you're at a 1 through 5 firm, but you want to be the largest firms typically will train you a lot more depth about things slower than your smaller firms. But the most important thing you can do is have access to work, and then people that are critiquing your work. That's really the whole point. The money shouldn't matter. Now, the money is an ego thing, so people think that money is important. Ideally, really the most important thing is having access to work, meaning people giving you work, because work does dry up. If work dries up and you're out of work, it becomes very difficult to get into a firm that's just as good. So I wouldn't really concentrate, if I was you, on your income as much as the access to the work. Now, it may mean going to a smaller firm sometimes, or a firm that's access to work, I think, is really, in my opinion, the most important thing. So you need to make sure you're doing what you can. But I guess to answer your question, but if you move to another practice area, what'll often happen is you'll have to take a pay cut, because most firms are not going to, a firm that's as good as where you're at right now is often not going to hire you if you're trying to do something else.